Alright guys, well back to Baseball Stars today, and my hope is that this is going to be the first time that we actually, win a game. So let's jump straight into this. Probably didn't see the video that I put out yesterday because it's members only, but I'll sort of show you what's going on here. So we look at our team. I got rid of our shortstop who wasn't doing anything. Unfortunately, in Baseball Stars, when you get rid of a player, you don't get like extra money for it. It would be really nice if you did, because that would be an easy way to earn money. We cannot increase anybody, including this no-name player, because we have absolutely no money. And the only way to get money is to win games, and so that gives us a little bit of a catch-22. Now, the problem I noticed yesterday is that our third baseman here is a defense rating of 1. So we probably don't want that person actually playing third base. My guess is that, one of the problems we keep having is that there are ground balls to third, and, the third baseman can't really field them on time. So we have a couple of options here. We have this player, unfortunately, they can play defense, but running, I suppose, is their talent, but they're not that good at it, so I'm not sure what we're going to do with them. This player can't really hit that much better either. There's probably going to be Bat C1 that we'll have playing third. I'm going to actually, no, Bat C1 is who we had playing shortstop, excuse me. We're probably going to do Bat D1 at third. Now, the reason why I haven't given these players names yet is because I haven't yet determined for certain that, I actually want to keep them, and I don't know. We want to focus on winning a game first before we figure anything else out. B1 also has some fielding ability. So second baseman can field kind of. Our first baseman doesn't have great defense, but it doesn't really matter because they're at first base. And then we have this person here at shortstop. The question is there anybody else that we have that really needs to be replaced by someone who can field? Maybe our right fielder, but probably not. We probably need their offense a little bit more. So that's what we're going to do with that. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do another versus game, and we're going to try to play against the SNK Crushers once again. So what you do here is you want to do player change. See, the shortstop is still Bat C1, but the third baseman is one that we want to change here. We want them to be Bat D1, and I kind of took notes while we were talking about this so that I can remember what it is that I'm doing. And we'll change the batting order around, I think, a little bit. And we'll sort of see what happens. I know that changing our number 3 guy in the order is probably not, necessarily the best decision in the world, but we'll see what happens. Anything else I can do here? Change pitcher is the only other one. You can't view your team's makeup at this point either, what your team's ratings and stuff like that are, which makes it a little bit difficult. So we'll try to bear down and see if we can win a game this time around. The reason why I keep playing against the SNK Crushers is because they are the easiest team to play against in this game. The most money you get when you're playing against another team is going to be against the Lovely Ladies. The problem, though, with the Lovely Ladies is that they're not that easy to beat, at least not when your team is as good as we are. So, anyway, there you have it. Maybe the key to beating this team is to just walk a whole lot. Let's see. So this one will probably answer that question that I wanted to answer, which is, what happens if we just get their pitch count way up. Anyway, in theory at least, the SNK Crushers are supposed to be really easy to beat. They're supposed to be the team that you can kind of beat up on. But like I said, we've had a lot of problems here the last 2 games. We lost 2 games in a row by 1 run. And we're not exactly off to the best start in the world right now. So anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff in this game. As you can see, there are a lot of sort of strategic decisions that you try to make concerning, who you want to play where and stuff like that. And of course, once you start winning games and you start building your team up and playing better, then it becomes a little bit more interesting. There's also a question of, how much prestige you want to give players versus how many sort of raw skills you want to give players. So a play like that with the guy we had normally playing third base, that would not necessarily be an out. That's where you see the difference, right? Defense basically means you can actually, you know, throw the ball. And somebody in the comments section was telling me, I think this is probably right, that luck in this game has a lot to do with whether your person is positioned in a place to actually field the ball or not when it's hit to them. So anyway, you can see as you go through this, like why it is that so many people will use sort of like the different cheats and stuff you can do with the game to build up a whole bunch of money at once, which we want to kind of avoid doing, assuming that I can actually hit the ball. So here's the third baseman who, well, I guess that was a strike, all right. Third baseman who can't hit anything. Now the other thing we can do that I haven't done a whole lot of is we can start bunting. So maybe that's the other thing we want to start doing with these guys who just simply can't hit. Anyway, good times. The truth is that when I was a kid, I don't think I ever really played this game the right way. I think every time I played it, I was using some sort of like code or some sort of exploit or something like that to try to get the team as good as I possibly could. And even then, I mean, you know, using codes, exploits, and stuff like that is not necessarily going to make it so the game is really, really easy and really perfect, right? I mean, it's still a pretty difficult game. At least at the very beginning, it's kind of difficult. It gets easier once your team is sort of like built up. Someone else was telling me you can apparently hack it to change the message in between innings, but I don't know if I'm going to do that right now or not. Anyway, good old baseball stars. Yeah, I might really want to start bunting with the bottom of the order here instead of trying to hit like normal. Or I could just miss the ball. Alright, so we're playing a little bit worse today than we've played the last 2 games. Alright, well, so much for that. Yeah. That's what this has been like. We've had a lot of ground balls like that we should be able to field that we have not fielded correctly. Oh, shoot. I forgot about that. A lot of these games have these sort of features, I guess you'd call it, where you can throw the ball past the fielder who's standing right next to you. Alright, well, we got something started here. Unfortunately, a foul ball. Boy, that would be really exciting if we could get that to straighten out a little bit. A little bit better. Oh, this guy's so slow. Man, he's slow. Alright, well, big flunking power hitter. That was Greg Luzinski for you. There's just no chance. No way. Way too slow. Alright. That does it. Alright, so we have a lead, 1-0. It's going to be another one of those games, I'm worried. Oh, shoot. My mistake. I'm not sure that we would have caught him anyway. That's a little bit better. See, we can almost turn the double play. That was close, too. They're hitting for their number 6 hitter. Interesting. That's not something that you see every day. I mean, it was only the bottom of the 4th inning. Oh, come on. All right. As you can see, the definition of the strike zone assumes a plate that's a lot wider than it really is. So this is the thing, the computer always tends to use its worst pitchers first, I guess in an attempt to make it so that you can actually beat it. The problem is that we don't have anybody who can hit the ball. So it really is sort of a test of your skills, which doesn't say a lot of good things about my skills, I'll tell you that. I'm also not sure about this. It's possible that it's a little bit easier if you play in a league mode as opposed to a versus mode. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Maybe that's what we should start doing here. The reason why that's happening has got to do with this controller. At some point in time, I'm going to need to get a new one of these controllers because this one's starting to stick. Oh, we got out of it. Go through. Oh, yeah. Base hit. Here we go. We got something going again. So the cool thing about Baseball Stars, of course, is that it's a game you can play relatively quickly. And it's a game that's extraordinarily addictive. And it gets better, of course, once you start naming your team and stuff like that. Shoot. Oh, come on. It was in the exact same spot. Oh, so much for that idea. I completely forgot to take our pitcher out for a pinch hitter, and we're about to give up the tying home run. Alright, minor problem, I suppose. Alright. Well, that's something. That's a start. love that catch with your back to the plate. Beautiful play. One thing that this game's missing that the later RBI baseball games have is they have like the replay camera and stuff like that. This game doesn't have that. Instead, you just have to remember those great plays for talking about them later. Yeah, this is a bad team. This is a bad team. We make good contact and we can't hit the ball anyway. Oh, that went through though. Well, if I'd remembered to replace the pitcher when I should have, maybe we wouldn't have given up the tying run. I don't know. Now, at some point in time when you have a team that's a little bit better than this, you can actually like beat out infield grounders like that. And really, there's a lot of interesting strategy that goes on into this game, right? Like, you know, at the very beginning when you're playing and trying to build it up, I would say you really only want to, you know, focus on like getting a single pitcher, you know, to have better skills and stuff like that. It's later on when you're really focusing on league play and stuff that you actually need to have more than one good pitcher, or like more than two or whatever. I could probably pinch hit for him, but I don't think it's going to do us much good. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. And I tell you, well, we can't seem to make any contact, so much for that. There we go. Nothing happening there again. All right. Oh, that's popped up a little too high. Alright, let's see if this guy still has something. Come on. Man. Not even close. Not even close. We need better defense. This is not good. Yeah, we're toast. We're toast. I'm worried that we're going to lose another one of these games by one run. Alright, this is it. So this has been a pretty boring game compared to everything else that we've seen so far, but they're about to bring out a really good pitcher. And we have 3 outs remaining. All right, and there goes our best hitter. So as always, if you have recommendations for ways to play this game other than cheating and getting a bunch of money, let me know. Let me know if you have any advice for trying to beat this team. Like I've said before, this is the easiest team in the game, and this is the team that you're supposed to be able to beat at the beginning. And we have now lost, in a second, it's going to be 3 games in a row to this team, all by 1 run. So let me know what your experience has been and what you recommend. So far, everybody who's played this game in the comments and who's talked about it has done some form of like playing with both controllers at the same time. But we're not going to do that. So let me know if you have any like practical advice, like something that you could do without doing it the cheating way. Other than hoping that they call something that's usually a strike a ball like they did there. Man. Yep, see, that does it. Third game in a row with 1-run loss. Now, it's not necessarily like we would be, raking in the attendance. It's not that we have, huge amounts of money, or I'm sorry, huge amounts of prestige, and we would make all the money if we could only win a game. It's just that the way things are going right now, like we're not going to be making any better players out of these guys anytime soon. So anyway, like I said, let me know what advice you have, especially those of you who've played it before. Again, I'm not going to do any sort of cheat. I'm not going to play the game against myself. I'm not going to, do any of those tricks to get money. I want to see like what the strategy is to do this the right way. So let me know what you think, and then I'm going to do one more of these every day. Talk to you later.